Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. This here's your genial host, Spiffy G, welcoming you to Same Car Sunday, Generations X Same Car Race on Sunday. We find ourselves in the middle of qualifying, in fact, the late stages of qualifying, with about 3.5 minutes to go. And on top of the qualifying leaderboard, we have Jester, also known as Mick D. Not Dundee. I am using nicknames today, so they're going to look a little bit different than they do when Marky B is on top of things. Hang on one second. My wife wants me for something. She had a technical question and it was way over my head. So she's just gonna have to figure it out. Just kidding. It was completely over my head. So we find ourselves at the lovely Blue Moon Bay. I don't know why Marky B didn't show up today, because it's his favorite track in the world. Right, Mark? Mark? Mark's not saying anything. So we got Jester is leading the qualifying with Glava right behind. Glava is finding some serious speed in that Porsche. And he brought his candy livery today. Sweet! And Matt MacGyver's here today. How you doing, Matt? So at least two people from the Bandits Club are here today. Welcome, guys. Simon, also known as the Ginger Ninja, is back today for more punishment. He's been real fast in that Porsche. That's an ace car for him. Kanada's here. Hi, buddy. Nice to see ya. Kanada's got a little bit of twitching going on there. He's got a little bit of lag, it looks like, in his connection. Rob, our good buddy Rob, also known as Splatter, not driving the taxi in this series. Rob is very well known for his humorous and self-deprecating liveries, but not today. Today he's going serious and classy, though he might have a joke or two on there, so pay attention. And we got Justin, who is coasting along. Let's see what he's doing here. Let's go on the trail cam. Looks like his controller broke. Perhaps. Perhaps not. So today, we have a special DRS wing, which is a very cool addition, particularly on these straights. Most of this track takes place on the tri-oval. All right, Jester is done. Glava's still trying to put in another fast lap. Let's see if he can take the top spot, perhaps. He looks like he's pushing. So let's pay attention to him for a while and see what he's up to. Sorry for all the creaking as usual. I'm in my crap chair. All right, he opened DRS momentarily. Still got the wing up. There he goes. He's dropped the wing. See if he can put in a good time. 110, 111, 112. Doesn't quite do it, and does not match his best time. So he's still just a little under 2/10 behind Matt. I'm sorry, not Matt, Mick. There's Matt. And Matt is done. Ninja's done. Kanada's done. Splatter's finished. Justin's still trying to put a fast lap in if he can't. Nope, nothing doing. Got a little wide on that exit there. Maybe there's something left in the tank. Let's pay attention. No, he's on his outlap. That's not going to happen. So Justin's going to finish up here on his outlap. Get a little practice in, perhaps. So Jester takes the fastest lap. 1:11.966. Good lap. Nice spin, Justin. right, so that, my friends, is that. Let's jump on out for a moment. And when the leaderboard pops up, we'll pay attention to that. Now, 7 on track today. Not a bad turnout for a Sunday. And here are your results. Let me get rid of the overlay for a moment so you can see. That is everybody, all 7. 111966 for Jester, also known as Mick D, not Dundee. Galava gets a 112159. Great result. Matt with a 0.3 behind. Jinjo 112.3. Kaneda 113.0. Splatter 113.0 as well, just a tick behind Kaneda, and Justin with a 113.8, just a tick behind him. Not bad, all in all. Now, the first 4, they're very close, so this should be a good race. It's going to be up to whoever is going to be best in the corners, because we all got the same car, same tires, same everything. And Rob, thanks for resetting the room so that Travis could get in. It's always nice to have Travis join. So there are the results again, so you can get a good gander at them. Yeah, come on, jump in, Travis. We know you had to come in late. Travis was doing a race in another group. It was an endurance race. He just got finished. So come on in, buddy. Ah, yeah, okay. So if you're not already in, we're gonna need to, yeah, we'll need to dump this and reset the grid. That's okay. We can wait. It's always good to have Travis back in. There he is, there at the bottom. So if anybody's wondering what the grid was, you can jump on the stream. Here we go. All right, is anybody going to practice? Get out there and put on a show, Mick. All right, Mick, if you're listening to the stream or watching it, let's see you do a few burnouts. Maybe give us a little drift action. All right. Still waiting for the last of the drivers to check in. One more to go. Looks like it's Ninja. Come on, Ninja. There he goes. All right. We should have us a race here momentarily. All right, looks like we're about there. Let's go, boys. I say boys because we don't have any ladies on the track today. All right, here we go. Ready to start the race. Let's get the info up. There we go. Let's get the overlay up to make people happy. Everybody's stomping on the brake. And let's go. Start with a nice aerial shot. Mick D well out in front. So I'm going to go too wide into the first turn. And Jester leads through the Seahorse's arse. Not too far behind, we got the Ginger Ninja. Oh, and he is off. Who else is off? Goodness. Yeah, Rob took a bad little line there and ended up in the grass and the wall, unfortunately. So that's going to put him and Kaneda and Glava back a few steps. Ninja gets all slidey and stuff. That gives Justin a shot at P2. Can't quite make it stick, and he goes into the wall. Now Travis has got penalized, so he will be dropping back a little bit. That'll give Justin P2, or P3, pardon me. Looks like Ninja's stayed in P2 somehow. He's great on this track. I've personally raced him here a time or two, and he is hard to catch. However, Jester seems to be the hardest to catch, at least at the moment. He's nailed this track so far. So Ninja, despite the slight off, has maintained P2 convincingly. Justin is firmly entrenched in P3 at the moment, but Matt's stuck in his slipstream. Matt takes a wide line out and tucks in tight. Oh, cool livery, Matt. Man, he's gone crazy with the GenX theme. Bully for you. That looks to be an entirely original livery, too. So, you gotta love. Let's get on the trail cam and see how we're doing here. Yeah, that is GenX crazy. You gotta love it. That's a potent livery. And he is tapping away at the DRS whenever he can. Ooh, wow. Okay, Justin decides to make a move over and let him through. Not sure why. Travis is on his tail. Oh, dang. Yeah, a little early on the brakes for one, maybe a little late on the brakes for the other. So Travis lets him pass. Let's see what Glava's doing here. Oh, he's tapping Justin. This race is getting a little bit spicy. People are getting the claws out, though. It seems to be mostly not on purpose. Okay, he's trying to find his way back up to the rest of the pack. How's Rob doing back here? Now Rob's coming. Rob's coming into his own here. Picking up some speed. Got a 113. Pretty convincing lap. Seen a lot of 114s here. Isn't until you get up to Justin that you see another 113. But holy cow, Matt's got a 112.7. Ninja's got a 112.5. And Jester with the fastest and fastest lap with a 112.5. So Justin is still down in P4 now, getting more and more by himself. And Jester, sorry, I keep mistaking Jester for Justin. I really need to switch these nicknames around. It's too confusing. And now we've got a pretty good spread going on. We'll do that right now. There we go. It should be a little bit easier for my puny mind. Alright, so Mick D. Not Dundee is well ensconced into first place with a wide gap. Looks like Ginger Ninja had a bit of an off somewhere. And that's put Matt MacGyver right up on his whale tail. Alright, DRS is ready, so use it, guys. Use it or lose it. DRS is available in many parts of this course. And not just here on the long straights. There are a couple of interior straights where you find DRS available. Right there, for instance, on this short chute. And DRS should come available right here out of this corner. It is. And going into the Seahorse's Gullet, it turns off, and I think the next short chute will have DRS available momentarily. Yes, it is, just as you come. And then right here, this next short chute, you get DRS, you lose it here, and it kicks in here again, as you get out of the 45-degree turn around the top of the Seahorse's head. And so for the rest of this run, all the way into the first curve, you're going to have nothing but DRS. So boys, use it or lose it. And Mix dropped to 111.9. Nice work. Ginja is still putting down 112s. Good laps. Matt MacGyver's on his pipes now. Keep it on track, Simon. You're going to do fine. And Kaneda's off. That's push P, for those of you who aren't familiar with the group. Now let's drop Kaneda back a spot. And Splatter has got the inside of the hairpin. So does Justin. And both of those guys ease past push P. He's had a little trouble staying out of the grass, has Kaneda, so that's going to work on. We're on sports soft tires today. We're not using racing tires as we often do on Same Car Sunday. When we're in the LFA, every odd weekend, the cars are sporting racing soft tires. But, you know, they need to. And Kaneda, be sure to push that that overtake button. You're losing. Whoa, off he goes. Sorry, commentator's curse, buddy. My fault. Like I said, be sure to push that DRS button. Really gonna pick up time if you do that, especially in the long stretch of the oval. All right, Mick is just cruising. He's picking up seconds here and there. I think he must have that DRS button taped down. He is not missing his chance. All right, Matt passes Simon for the moment. Both of them crushing that DRS button. As is Rob, as is Airport Hobo. And I reckon Kaneda's going to want to push it right here. Your name's Push P, man. Got to push it. And Glava has found himself in P8 somehow. Yeah, nice little race going here between Matt MacGyver and Ginger Ninja, who always seems to find himself in the thick of things. Let's explore the mind of Simon. Oh, Matt just took off. And Simon is about to lose that slipstream if he doesn't hurry it up. That's going to come down to who's fastest out of this turn. Yeah, it looks like Matt has found the pace. Now Simon's getting all slidey. Which doesn't seem to have hurt him any. He made that Tokyo Drift work. My God. They drew him in by half a second. Very impressive. So they're going to jam on the DRS now. Let's see who this works better for. Simon's in the slip. And that should work better for him. Hopefully. Look at MacGyver dropping. and MacGyver had the best time, but just for a half a second, Simon just snatched it from him. Nice lap, Simon. I told you he was good on this track, and he has proven that point. Holy cow. I'm with Simon on this. I really love this track. Most of our guys hate it. Mark particularly. Scruffy Toff despises this track. He doesn't even like to call races here. That's how much he hates it. I mean, he will because he's a good sport, but, you know, definitely not his fave. And wow, these boys are using every inch of the track and then some. And Simon is trying to win the Golden Lawnmower Award this season, but Matt, I'm going to try to give him a run for his money there. So all that back and forth didn't seem to help Simon out too much, but he's going to try to make up for it. He gets a nice line going into that corner. That I find to be one of the trickier corners in Gran Turismo, in all of Gran Turismo. The next series, not so much. These, once you get a flow going, these are, I think, pretty easy. Except maybe coming out of that last one, that can be a little bit tricky. But, boy, that first one coming off of that slope and down onto the straight and then back up on the slope. Golly, that is technical. What's going on back here? All right, Glava has moved up into P7. Kobayashi Maru's had a mishap, apparently. So Glava's going to give it the beans and try to catch Kaneda. Or push P on your TV screens. Glava is doing everything he can to get into Kaneda's headspace. Peekaboo! Peekaboo! And Kaneda says, thank you very much, I'm going to drive now. But he's not using DRS. He may not have that overtake button activated, which is unfortunate because you really need it. I would recommend, Kaneda, if you're listening to this, that you want to, for the next race, go into your options and set an overtake button that you can use easily. Whether you be on controller or on a wheel, it's a pretty easy thing to set up. So be sure to do that for the next race if you haven't already, because DRS is your friend here, Kaneda. I'm not even joking. All right, Blava gets a nice inside line on him there in the hairpin. And coming up into Seahorse's beak, Glava takes P6 away from our buddy Kaneda. Ouch. Well, ouch for you, Kaneda, not ouch for Glava. Well done, Glava. Now, Kaneda is proper quick. The boy can drive, so I think the DRS is probably the one thing that's given everybody else the advantage. Kaneda is no slouch when it comes to racing. All right, Mick D, his lead has swollen to 9 seconds. Boy, you gotta love the Porsche GT3. Anybody watched that 12-hour Bathurst race yesterday from around Sydneyville? I'll tell you, that was something to see, and the Porsches represented brilliantly. I'm sure Mick, our Aussie friend, had a look or two at that race. I watched about 8 hours of it, and man, it did not disappoint. Those Porsches were amazing. And Matt Campbell, if you didn't see the race, Matt Campbell ended up running the last leg in the Porsche and ran an excellent race. He beat the guy, Gounon, the French guy who had won the previous 3 Bathurst 12-hour races. And did it convincingly. I think he, after a yellow flag, where they were just inches apart, he took off and ended up beating him in a 25-minute run by about 2.5 seconds. It was a brilliant race. Matt Campbell, my goodness, what a legend. Guy's 29 years old. He's going to have a lot of racing ahead of him. I can't wait to watch some more of it. So we got ourselves a nice little spread going. Looks like the fellas have found their pace. Mick D drops a 1:11.4 a few laps back. So he wants to give Splatter a run for it. Sorry, excuse me, Simon. Simon had a 1:11.6, which is an awesome lap. 1:11.8 is an awesome lap. A 1:11.8 from Airport Hobo. Just seeing some really good lap times here. Glava's got a 1:12. And Glava's been quick in this series. If he can keep it on track, he's gonna be up in the points for sure. Now Push P, Kaneda, has a 1:13.0 with no DRS, which is a fast lap for a car that doesn't have DRS. For a car that does have DRS, I dare say Push P could pick up a full second just by pushing that button. And I won't belabor that point anymore. I just want to make sure Kaneda hears me and fixes his controller. I think you do very, very well in this race today if you had that going on. So Mick D's just dropping 111s like they're going out of style. And on the final lap, Mick D, not Dundee, just cruising his way to the finish line. And he knows with an 8.5 second lead, all he has to do is not make any mistakes, at least not any big ones. He could make a few and still win. And get in there, Mick. Nice run. Thanks for the show. Scorches his tires just a bit to please his audience. Here comes Matt MacGyver in P2. And an excellent run. And Ginger Ninja, despite mowing the lawn a couple of times, is going to wind up on the podium. Because he's real good at this track. That's the thing about Ninja in this track, man. He can make a few mistakes and still land it. Airport Hobo gets 4th position. Good race. Splatter in his cool livery winds up in 5th. Glava in 6th. Despite a couple of really good laps, he just couldn't seem to keep the thing on long enough to get the result he might have been hoping for. So there you have it. Race 1, folks. Pole position, clean race, and a solid victory for the Bandit Club's representative, Mr. Jester 79. Also known as Mick D, not Dundee. Great race. Congrats, guys, for hitting the podium. Let's bring up the results real quick so everybody can see them. So as you can see, we dropped a few 111s in there. Quite a few, actually. Let's see if we can get a good look at it. There we go. All right, there's everybody's result. So look at that, 5 111s. And you can see, Glava, despite being 37 seconds in arrears, he's fast. So this next race, we'll just consider that practice. This next race, everybody's got to get serious now. Let's get serious. Let's use the DRS. And screw it down on your controller if you have to. We want to see some fast times. Let's go. There's Ninja One's track is boring. Yeah, and yet you're so fast. All right, looks like we're getting set up for the next one. Kobayashi Maru will be starting. What's that? Mouthful for me this time of day. So Justin's going to start off in pole position with Kaneda on the front row with him. And boy, does Splatter get a good start. Holy cow. Jeez. That Splatter just shot by. Apparently it took Kaneda a moment to get on the pedal. So I think that dropped him all the way to the back. Let's bring up the overlay here. Yeah, it is very tight. Lots and lots of side-by-side action going on, especially up front. Glava and Justin got into a little tap match there. Little tag team. Looks like they're finished. Going at it. Mick and Matt are having at it themselves. Oh, man. Matt MacGyver and Kaneda. Not Kaneda. Who was that? Jeez. It's shuffling around so quick. They have a bit of a pissing match. Who is off? Is that is Nade's off. Also known as Push P. Alright, so he gets the inside of the hairpin and goes wide and gives that spot back to Matt. While all that's going on, Glava and JJ are sneaking away. Oh, Glava's looking racy. Well, Justin got a good exit. Oh, you gotta love lap 2. Everybody gets a best lap. And Airport Hobo and Splatter have a good match. Like Splatter's got the inside line going into this quick left-hander. And gets it for the moment. Airport Hobo keeps his nose in. And gets the superior position going into the hairpin. That sends Splatter wide. So now Hobo's up into P6. Ginger Ninja's had a moment. So he's at the back, trying to find a way back into the hunt. DRS coming up. Interesting. There it is. There it goes. It wasn't active there for a moment. Everybody's on the button now. Now Glava's taking it away from Justin. Justin's now back in P3, trying to work his way back past MacGyver. And MacGyver takes a beautiful line through that series. On a much hated track, that is one of the coolest series of corners. You can get so much speed if you can get it right. And what Kaneda and Justin are having a little tapping contest there. Looks like Justin got the worst of it. Let's see what happened. Yeah, he's got onto his bumper and then tried to pull out of it, but he just got too much Justin. That sent him off. Looked like he wasn't able to get out of it. So we can get another look at that. Yeah, it looked like he tried to pull out. Wasn't able to. So that gives Glava first position. There's so much fighting going on in behind him. That worked out very well for Glava. With 14 minutes left, let's see what he can do. Matt's all by himself in P2. So he will be able to generate some serious speed. It's going to be all up to Glava to hang on. It's just going to be all about pace at this point. Push P has got Simon on his tail now, and Simon's got the slip. And the DRS. Yeah, Canadian seems to be having a hard time keeping that thing stable. Lots of sliding going on here. And Simon says thank you very much, but loses it coming into that sweeper. That's a tricky turn if you don't get the line right. So he immediately loses the spot and gets tagged for his trouble. Let's see if I got a good replay on that. Oh man, Airport Hobo has hit the aggression button. Getting very racy. He scrapes the wall just a bit. It's going to scrape time off with it. So Simon's back in 6 now. Justin's gone to the pits. And Splatter's bringing up the rear. He's back 7 seconds behind Simon. Given what's going on in the mid-pack, though, I think he should just keep on it. And Airport Hobo and Push P are having him a race. Push P slowed down a lot for that corner. He didn't want to go wide, I guess, and start cutting the grass. But, man, Airport Hobo had a lot of pace and had to stomp the brake to keep from pushing him off. So Kaneda and Simon both get the superior line. And turn it into a 3-way race. Yeah, Kaneda's still not using the overtake button, so it shouldn't be long before these guys catch him on a straight. Still, he's defending really well. And he's placing his car in just the right position to keep anybody from getting in on him. See though, Airport Hobo is really good at sticking that nose in a corner. And he and Ninja will both sneak up on you. And there he goes. It's exactly what Ninja's doing to Airport Hobo right now. Just gave a little bit of a poke in there, and so now Hobo's going to return the favor. Got to get back on him. Here we go. And cuts a little bit of grass and gets a little crazy. That gives Justin P5. Now Justin's going to be on the hunt for Kaneda if he can keep Hobo off his tail. Oh, Hobo got a great run. The big sweeper there on the oval. Now they're neck and neck. Hobo getting the superior position. Oh, it picks up a little grass. That's going to scrape time off. And a penalty. Corner cutting. Oh. But Ginger Ninja decides to give him a little help in that capacity. Oh, that's going to hurt. And so with all the drama behind him, that's given Push P a couple of seconds to play with. What's happening at the back here? Ginger Ninja's getting slidey. I'll tell you what, he'll do nothing but have fun when he's racing, win or lose. Simon will enjoy himself. All right, so now we have mostly spread out. Yeah, Mick D not Dundee. Is creeping up on Matt MacGyver's fluke. These two buddies from the Bandits Club know how to race each other. They've been doing it a long time. So neither of these boys is afraid to race the other up close and personal. Being they are on completely different sides of the world and probably on different days of the week, these guys get to race each other pretty often. And Mick gets up real early in the morning to do this, which I find pretty darn cool. It's just great that he shows up and does this week after week. All right, Lieutenant Dan's on the chat. Hi, I didn't mean to ignore the chat. A lot going on here. So hi, Lieutenant Dan. Greetings. Thanks for joining. Pardon me. Apologies for not being particularly frisky today. Try to keep my personal health dramas out of the thing. So Glava's still with the 1 second lead, but folks behind are closing. He took advantage of a lot of tussle going on behind him, but that is all well and done. And now these three guys are in a proper race. What's going on with MacGyver here? Looks like he took a little bit too much curb there. He did, and that's given Mick D a shot at his tailpipe. Glava's keeping it clean so far through the interior corners. I think MacGyver is doing his best just to keep Mick off of his fluke. Just pounding that DRS button. Matt has escaped momentarily. I think that Airport Hobo and Canada have swapped places. Airport Hobo's finally found a way around him. But boy, is he taking advantage of that slip. Trying to poke his nose in. Nothing doing there. For Push P, it's all about the angles right now. He's not getting the top speed without DRS, but man, he's making the corners work, and he just did there. Hobo goes wide. And Push P takes it away. Let's see if we can get another look at that. Yeah, Airport Hobo just gunned it a little bit too hard through that corner. Push P got it. Airport Hobo took it away, and Push P got it back. Airport Hobo clearly trying to avoid contact. All right, back at the front, Glava's still got a 1 second lead with 4 minutes to go. But the actual race, the toughest competition, will be found right here. P2 and P3. And Mick has once again dropped to 1:11.4 and pulled out the fastest lap thus far. Mick and MacGyver have been going at it now for probably a good 5-6 laps. Each one given plenty of space, but neither one of them is giving up, taking that spot. Of course, that's been nothing but good for Glava so far, but Glava's lead is diminishing bit by bit. And what's going on here? It looks like Mick D has got a run on MacGyver, and he's picked up P2. He's taken the outside line. Not necessarily the best one, but going into this series it is. So Mick D has snuck past his pal Matt. And if he can keep MacGyver off of his tail, he's got a legitimate shot at P1 again. He cruised to first place in the last race. Not so much this time. He's having to work for it now. So Glava is steadily losing space behind him, and Mick is picking it up and taking it away. Now just 0.2 behind. Got a great run on him. And gets past Glava. So Glava's going to do everything he can to stay in that slipstream and keep a tidy line, because Mick is going to be very hard to catch. You do not want to give him a lead. So now MacGyver's tucked in behind Glava. Just a half a second separating them. Glava desperately trying to close back in on him. It's all about who gets fastest out of that left-hander, and it looks like Mick D just shot out of it like it was a cannon. And now Mick's just pulling away. And once he gets the lead here, it's a tough call to get up anywhere close to him and challenge him for a lead. He's just so fast here. He's fast in that Porsche, that's for sure. Week after week when he's in that Porsche, he's light and fast. No slouch from the LFA either. All right, we are on the last lap, and Glava is giving it his all to hold on to that position. As they go around that final left-hander, Mick D solidly in front. Glava trying to hang on, and Matt MacGyver got a run on him, but nothing doing. All right, great run. Glava hangs on to second. MacGyver, despite getting a better run out of the corner, just wasn't able to stay in that slipstream long enough. So Matt MacGyver has to settle for third place. Airport Hobo's coming in to take fourth. Has a terrific final lap. Push P comes in sixth, Splatter or fifth. I'm sorry, and Splatter's going to come in P6. All scratched up and nowhere to go. And Jinja Ninja's going to give us a little slide. There he goes. Ah, way to put a point on it there. Thank you, Simon. Nice work. Excellent job. And another convincing win by Mick D. Very, very, very good. Good race, guys. Let's see if we can get a little interview happening. All right. Hang on a second. I'm just gonna lay this stuff up here. Now, particularly want to look at Mo. We'll look at Paris Hilton for a while. She's cute. All right. Let's see what's going on with the chatter.
Spiffy.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Greg. Evening, Greg.
Howdy, howdy. So, Mick D, not Dundee. Tell us about your day.
Fan bloody tastic.
Yeah, 2 in a row, man. That was rather convincing.
The last race was awesome. Like, just great battles all the way.
It was, man. You and Glava really once you were able to get past Matt, things really took a turn for the better for you. But I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to pick up Glava. He was so quick, and the fight that you guys had going on back there, I thought, well, maybe he's going to be able to sneak one out. Boy, once you passed Matt, it looked like a different story. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, so I was just biding my time with Matt, just trying to pick my corner and my line, and every time he made a mistake, then I'd make a mistake, and then it was interesting, and then I'm like keeping Glover in the distance there, and I'm like, I've got to keep up with him. So yeah, no, it was a great race all around.
It was a great race to watch. Boy, you and Matt, man, what a tangle you guys had going on.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. It's not that often you get to have a good couple of battles, or a good battle for a few laps. So
yeah, Matt. And speaking of Matt, let's talk about that last race, Matt. How I saw you struggling to keep Mick from getting around you. What was that like?
Oh, he had some good pressure on me. I think, like you said, I'd make a mistake. I'm thinking, here's the time he's going to get by me, and then I'd hear a little crash behind me, or a wall scrape, and I'm going, oh shit, all right, maybe I'm still in it. And the whole time I'm trying to catch Glava, but I couldn't. I was just out of his draft.
That's the thing. It seemed like you couldn't keep him out of your mirror.
No, and I couldn't get. I kept making time up on Glava, and then I'd lose it somewhere else. So I think all the three of us were all a little quicker in different parts of the track, which made it really interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And you could see Glava up there just trying to put in clean lap after clean lap, knowing that you guys were inching closer. I would hate to have been him in that race, especially when I saw Mick coming up on him.
And then he was shaking me off on the last lap there too.
He almost
took the second back.
And he was so fast. He was so clean in the corners on that last race. I don't know, where did you find the speed on the inside? Both of you guys. I mean, either one of you join in, because like on the interior part of the track, you guys were making up a lot of time on the corners.
Yeah, I felt
Mick was faster, so go on, Mick.
Yeah, I felt really fast through the middle, but I was losing a bit of time through the back section, through that last corner.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think you scraped the wall a time or two.
Yeah, just a couple. I think I lost about 2 layers of paint off the side there.
I don't think you had any left. I don't think I could read your numbers at the end there.
Oh, right. Well, don't give me a penalty because it was there, all right?
It was there. So let's see who we get. Airport Hobo. Travis, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Travis, good race. Looked like you got into some pretty serious tangles there, sort of like early on in the race.
Yeah, there was a couple spots where a little bit of lag was involved. I think maybe some people braking a little earlier than I expected, but I ended up putting in a few good laps. I had a really good battle that last race with Kaneda.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks like Kaneda was having a little bit of trouble with glitchiness, and that probably made things a little bit more difficult for you.
Yeah, it was. There'd be a couple times to where I didn't expect him to be there, and he would jump back, and I bumped him, so I had to give him the spot back a couple times,
Yeah.
and so it was just kind of a back and forth. But all in all, it was really good. I mean,
Yeah, it was fair play. I noticed that you did that a couple of times. He and Justin had a little bashing contest going on too, and I could see from looking at it from the rear camera that there was just a lot of movement going on. It's very difficult to get past a car when it's glitching like that. But I think you did a great job managing it. You still ended up in fourth place.
Yeah, and I think for not having any practice or anything at all, I think it took me a little bit to get the feel of the car and how to brake with it around the corners and stuff. But
Yeah, you look good in both races, so really well done. Thanks for
I appreciate it, Greg.
seriously entertaining battles. So Rob, I see that you're on here. You're the owner of this group, so I have to let you speak.
Careful what you wish for, Greg. I have to apologise. I have to apologise to everyone for lap 1, race 2. I have my DRS mapped above my handbrake, and I touched the handbrake.
Okay.
Which is why I absolutely just span out like a lunatic.
I was wondering what happened there.
That makes sense.
I mean, I had a really good start as well. I was like, oh, that's nice. I've got a bit of clean air. I'll take advantage of the straight and get a bit of space. And then it all went horribly wrong.
I think I'm the only one that hit you, Rob, to be honest.
I'm amazed that everyone actually sort of managed to get past me without any sort of real major incidents. So it was all good. I don't like that track at all. It's not one of my favourites. But fair play to Glava. He clearly been doing some practicing. He was really, really quick.
Yeah, he was very fast on this one. He had a lot of mishaps in the beginning, like the first race, but man, he took over that second race. I was a bit surprised.
Absolutely.
Quick as you are, Mick, I was surprised he wasn't able to hang on to it. But that's just a testament to how well you know that track.
Oh, it's not one of my favourite tracks, that's for sure.
It's nobody's favorite track. I'm coming to find out. it's one of my favorites. I guess that tells you all you need to know.
That's
I
probably
rather
the best
like it
I've ever done
myself.
on it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I've won a lot of races there, so it's one of my faves. But I can see why you might hate it. It's probably the American in me that loves the partial oval or something. God knows.
Right.
It's a detested track by most.
It's just the fact that it's so reliant on grip, and with these sports soft tyres, you're just constantly on the edge of the grip.
Yeah.
It just made it a bit of a tricky challenge, but it's good in a way because it shows that people who can manage that aspect got ahead. The likes of Glava and of Mick and everything else. It was good.
Yeah, one of the things that I noticed was that everybody, save one, knew where their DRS button was and pretty much mashed it down. What I want to know is, did anybody use duct tape?
No.
It looked like some people were always on it whenever it was triggerable.
Unless I was doing something wrong there, but I don't think the DRS activates even if you've got it pressed down unless you're in a straight line.
It's a certain. I think it's a certain speed.
Is it a certain speed? All
It's
right.
got to do with speed and steering input.
Okay, because I noticed that I was watching it activate because one fellow wasn't using it at all, and you could see it activate, and it would do it over and over and over again coming out of corners. Even if the straight was a few yards, it would activate.
Yeah, I switched my button that race. I had it on my L3 button. I'm still on controller. And that was a nightmare the last time we ran because you're trying to steer while you're pushing it down, and it was bad. It was rough.
I hope you're using motion
this time,
control.
No, so this time I switched it and it was considerably better. So I had to
Oh
push it
man,
before it was
yeah,
even ready to
good on
engage.
you, man. That sounded horrible.
Oh, but duct
I
tape's smart. I like that idea.
I forgot about it until about halfway through the first race.
Oh man.
I couldn't figure out if it was helping me in the midsection or hurting me because it was like an extra thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right?
it just adds more complexity to the whole business, which God knows we old people don't need.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, we don't have Glava. He doesn't want to get on the chat because he's not real comfortable with his English. But gotta say, boy, he ran a couple of really good races. That second one in particular
Yeah,
was
big shout out
really
to Lava.
impressive.
Yeah, he did
Yeah,
really
great
well.
driving, Glava.
Yeah, want to thank him and definitely give him props for
Great
doing
defense
a
on the last
terrific
lap
job in
too.
that last race. So, folks, I'm going to wrap it up here, close this thing off, and get on about my Sunday and let you all do the same. So, once again, folks, let me just tell you, well done. Really appreciate you getting on the chat and letting us jabber at you. Folks, thanks for joining the Gen X stream today. This has been Same Car